Hey there and welcome to the Max Not Binary. I'm Max. We are back in Oxygen Not Included today. There was indeed a bing. That was because I was checking that my headphones were actually working. The double screen upsets them for reasons I don't entirely understand. So I always need to do a little check that they're actually working, making any noise. Welcome in, Nematrek. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a lovely day. We are going to have to go to space, and I'm really unexcited about it. So, we've got some research queued up. We are going to finish doing the basic rocket bits, and then we're going to learn how to make glass. Then we're going to learn how to make solar panels, and then we're going to learn how to make solar panels and batteries to go on our ships. The handy thing about learning how to make solar panels is that we'll also learn how to use steam engines, which I'd probably rather use because they're, although slightly aggravating, less aggravating than attempting to use what is it? Carbon dioxide rockets, which I hate. Hello, Happy Nora. I do not think that MySpace will bring me here. Unfortunately not. I hope you are having a lovely day. I mean, to be fair though, we will discover all the new social networks. Not with that attitude. Do you know, I never even had a MySpace page. It was in like MySpace was sort of really big during my sort of dead time of the internet, where I was not really online very much because I think I was at college really when it was big. So I didn't get into the MySpace thing. Which sort of, I mean, I don't feel that bad about it. But it is a thing that is true. So, I'm going through here because we've got some handy liquid that we can use to make just a little liquid lock for space. So that the dupes can have a liquid lock without really having to do any work for it. Which is definitely a bonus. I like work-free solutions. We've got our lovely infinite liquid storage going on over here. This water's quite warm, which is one of the reasons why we've got it in a vacuumed thing. We should... No, it's fine, because this is all a vacuum, isn't it? Yes. We will, at some point, be directing that into here. The other thing we need to direct into there is this. What I would like to do is I'd like to use this hydrogen that is still going up here into an overflow to power the anti-entropy thermonullifiers over the other side. Because they use very little hydrogen, is the truth of it. And as you see, every now and again we generate quite a lot up here. So we just need to add in another bridge and work out a way that we can get this sort of down here and into there. I would rather run it off this rather than actually out of the... Oh, you're letting it all out. Dupes, you're letting all my water out. That's not the idea. Do me a favour, Dupes. Dig this out immediately. You're letting all my water out, Dupes. I'm mad about it. I mean, I don't really care that you're flooding down there. I just care that you're letting my water out. Come on, you can do it. I don't think we should be sending Neo to do it. I have to say. I think we should be sending some people who can dig. Right then. How much water we've got in here? I think that should be sufficient. I think that should be fine to form the liquid lock. Right then. Would you like to do some actual mopping in some of these places, everyone? I mean, this stuff will probably just turn into ice. Excellent. Well done, Abe. There we go. Yes, yes. Alright then. So, one thing we will need to do with that is actually set up some of this. I think I never worked out how I intended to turn this off. I think probably I just don't care. If we just do like 99. What's it supposed to put out? 5 rad bolts. So we should actually do like 20. And then theoretically it won't put out more than 100 rad bolts. But it will put out 100 rad bolts. I mean, I don't necessarily believe that. My experience is that that isn't strictly how it works. Right, we'll get that built. Since they will need to go into space reasonably soon. Hello bees, how are you doing down here? Well, you've made us nearly a ton of enriched uranium now. And you've still got loads that you'll be able to access. You might have a slight problem if you cut in here that you might get a bit drowned by liquid carbon dioxide, but no, I don't think they can do that diagonally. I don't think they can actually get into there. How about this way? Nope, I still don't think they can get into there. So I don't think they can actually, I don't think they can work their way into the carbon dioxide geyser and accidentally knock themselves out. I think we should be alright. So we'll leave them work away there. Sorry about that. Small actual sneeze. Excellent, this is going fine. We're actually building up a, what's the word? Excess. Buffer, possibly, is the word I was going for. But who can know? That's it. If you seal that one, we'll stop venting stuff into the atmosphere. Lovely. I mean, it must be said, the atmosphere is a pretty big mess around here. We'll cope. How you get on, Pips? Have you managed to convince any of these that they should give you seeds yet? No, we have to wait for the branches to fully form, don't we? Might have to keep an eye on this for eggs and these Pips cramping themselves, which we would rather they not do. Thank you, Abe. Right. So I think we're going to have sort of this be kind of the top. 1, 2, 3. And we'll work from there. Okay. Amelia, excellent. Good to see you actually making some rad bolts here. Did you finish that job? I guess. So I guess we're losing 2.2 rad bolts per shot. So what's that? You missed the roll call, Leofar. There wasn't much of a roll call today. You didn't miss out too much. I hope you are well. Amelia, stop standing exactly where you're about to get shot in the head. Ren. Ren. Alright. Do you notice a problem here? With quite how much this lot want to get shot in the head? Yep. You shot wrecked in the head. Dupes. Dupes. Is there a way they can do this and get shot in the head? Yes, obviously there is. The duplicants are crazy. They certainly are. Flexolite. Amelia with the teeth clenching. I mean, that's fine. They're working hard to shoot the stuff. What we need is for them to not fill this up all the time. How much can this hold? Do we know? Properties? Doesn't really say how much it can hold. There must be a thing. There must be a thing somewhere that tells me what the storage for uranium in it is. Or am I mistaken? Does there not have to be a thing that tells me that? Because it would be useful to know. Because then maybe we could make it so that, you know, they didn't shoot each other in the head. Give them a path to load it from below. I mean, we can try that. I'm not convinced they will. But we can try. We might need to dig out possibly this one. And then what do? Then we possibly make this only Neo comes in. Oh, but then they... No, they can stand up there. Ren. Just get out of the way. In fact, Ren, just get out. That's my solution, Ren. Get out of there. We'll obviously have to let Neo in, because Neo needs to do the actual, research. Well, it's right, you've let that hydrogen out now, it'll drift up to the top to live with. Not very much other hydrogen, actually. It looks like we've let a lot of the hydrogen into space. Well, there's a bit of it pooled over here. But in general, we do appear to have let a lot of the hydrogen out into space. Excellent. Did you see that? Did you see what Ren did there? I wonder if I brick that in, whether they'll be able to fill it diagonally. Let's see. You missed it. So, because they're not allowed in here, Ren came down the ladder, wandered in there, climbed his way all the way up there so that he could stand here and fill the thing. There you go, look. Nora's going to do it too. Yes, you see, that is what they like to do. Right, we need to see whether anyone can actually fill this anymore. Because I'm not convinced they'll be able to diagonally. Neo. Neo. I mean, to be fair, the problem of Neo standing there won't go on forever, because, like, Neo will actually be the only person who's able to do this. But can they fill it? It doesn't look like. It looks like now just Neo is going to have to do the whole job. Which maybe is the safest. Because then Neo can't shoot himself in the head. Which, you know, who would have thought it's so difficult to stop people shooting themselves in the head, but there we are. How many dupes have I got? 7 of 8. Do we have somebody over here? Hello there. Other Neo. What have you been doing here? Oh, you've got yourself in here. Thank you very much for the follow, Johnny Bucks. Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day. Right, we're going to need to send original Neo over to activate this. Now, since you're here, the other thing we're going to want you to do is make some paths into our anti-entropy thermonullifier and to, like, uncover our anti-entropy thermonullifier, since we're going to want to use it. Let's get you to do that. We'll also try and get into this one, because I want to use this one as well. Oh, there's a geyser over there. Once we get them in here, we can get them to use the geyser. Carpet! Carpet tiles. Okay. You're going to need to build some of those. So how are you doing today, chat? You having a lovely day? Has Thursday been treating you well? What am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at this. There we go. Can have some rust. I can have yet another cook. Don't need any more cooks. I think we'll just have some rust then. Not very exciting. Yes, we've made it so only Neo can do this, but I think that's probably better than them shooting themselves in the head all the time, given their desperate desire to shoot themselves in the head. Ooh. We could put a door in here. Oh no. We could probably put a door in here. If we put a door in and deny access to it, then I think other people should be able to do it. I assume we might be out of uranium? No, we've still got some uranium. Maybe not enough. Might have to dig some up. Excellent, Amelia. Alright, we're going to forbid any of them using this door, and then we're going to ask them to do another 20 shots and see what happens. Abe, mate. Do you wanna explain it to me, chat? Do you want to explain why they can go through a door that they're clearly pathed to not go through? I think I sort of know why it is, but it doesn't prevent me being aggravated about it. It's because some of their pathing doesn't count the door, so they think that they're not pathing through the door. Indeed, they think they're going from underneath. This should work then. This should stop them going through the door. I mean, I'm sorry. They can always go through the small side of the door. If you have to open the door, you shouldn't be able to go through the door. What can I say? Is anyone going to do this? Errands. Oh no, they all think it's no. They think it's unreachable for that. And the others think there are no pending deliveries. So that's fine. So they can fill it from here now. But Neo's going to have to make it work. Doors only apply if they step on the door itself. Stupid but true. Indeed, what to play. They aren't prohibited from opening the door. They're only prohibited from opening it from the left or the right. Yeah. Although this is absolutely true, it's still aggravating nonsense. Frankly. But you know, where would we be in Oxygen Not Included if the game wasn't full of aggravating nonsense? How are we doing with the research? Oh, I've still got loads to do. I wonder if you can't reach any more clean water. No, it doesn't look like. It might be time to get in here. The problem with getting in here is the heat of this getting out, which I think might stifle some of our mealwood. So perhaps a better option would be to get them to use this stuff here. Paradise. Or possibly the future. I mean, maybe. I mean, to be fair, if ONI wasn't full of ridiculous nonsense, there'd be loads of things we couldn't do. For instance, like, you know, I could never make infinite storage again, because, like, this wouldn't be the way it worked. You know, there possibly wouldn't be a material that functions like airflow tiles. You know, there would be loads of things different. How are you doing, Pips? Alright, some of you have been eating some tree. I can tell this, for you have made dirt. If you're eating the trees, will it actually be able to grow any branches? Or will you eat them all before they grow? I think it should be fine. It's just going to take forever. Yeah, that one's a separate problem. It's not that it won't be fine, it's that it will take literally forever. Right then. Where are we going to put rockets? Probably over here. We've got a handy dip where we could put some rockets, like, above it. Let's have a look. So we can try not to set the top of our map alight, or just melt it with steam, probably, is more likely. Overheat temperature 2000. I reckon that we should be able to largely function on early rockets without steel. I think we don't have to make too much steel to be able to run some early rockets. Yeah, I know, you can't breathe out there. We could put you some, we could actually maybe put you some oxygen masks up here. For working out in space. That actually might be a good use of oxygen masks. Because actually we've got the, you know, we have the oxygen nearby after all. That we could divert. In order to put them in. Lovely. Good. Right. With that in mind, we would need a little crafting table for that. There isn't a lot of space here. Because I've got loads of other stuff here. Let's look at the possibility of a little crafting table to make some oxygen masks. I mean, I don't know how often they're going to be actually doing stuff in space, but this seems like something that it's not too difficult to make them do, so we might as well make them do it. Are we going to overload this wire? How much power do you use? 60 watts. Oh, that's okay then. No is the answer. We're not even going to overload that wire. If ONI had more realistic physics, the vacuum of space would suck the liquid out of liquid logs before leading there. I mean, it would also suck the liquid out of your duplicants. You know. And such like. There would certainly be some problems were realistic physics introduced. But you know, I'll settle for realistic door permissions, what can I say? Stations. Not these ones. Are they not a station? Do I not know how to make oxygen masks? Is it possible we never did that research? I think it is. I think it's on a side branch that I quite often find that I haven't bothered to do. Yep, here it is, look. Alright, let's just finish this one. Then we can do oxygen masks. Where did they go? Here. And then we'll carry on with the stuff we were going to do, which was this. I think I noticed something else that I could kind of do with doing. Oh, it might have been deodorizing, but nah. Gas intake? We might want those. We'll see. We'll see about that. Who have we got here? I've got like 3 diggers. Oh, we need to go back and check on other Neo. No, not Amelia. Nora, you're a digger. We have 3 diggers, 2 engineers. So we probably want another engineer as the 8th dupe. Right. Speaking of other Neo, how are you getting on here, other Neo? You have not submitted your bioscan, have you? So this door has never opened. Thank you, Arisia. That's very kind. Yeah, I got the email yesterday saying that, you know, they'd had a look and gone, yeah, sure, sounds good. I don't really know what that will achieve for us. It will certainly achieve me being eligible for drops when we do Don't Starve. Also, it occurs to me, though this is supposition. I know nothing about this, let me be clear. This is complete supposition on my part. That, considering they've said that they want to move to skins to monetize ONI going forward as well, now that they're not going to do more DLCs, I wonder if they might also do drops for ONI, because that would be pretty cool. I am Leofar. Longshot Plays actually very kindly put in a reference for me quite like a couple of months ago, but I only heard back yesterday after I did I sent them an email and stuff, so that was nice. Yes, free skins. You will be able to get drops when we do Don't Starve. Definitely, that is something that we will definitely have. If Clay are doing drops for Don't Starve at the time, and we are playing Don't Starve, we will be eligible to do drops on the channel. I do not know whether we'll be able to do ONI ones. It was just a thought, considering that they have said that skins are a thing they're going to be doing, that I wonder if they'll also do Twitch drops for it. So, I mean, but as I say, I know nothing. This is entirely supposition. Wilson skin when? Don't know. What were the last set of drops they did? They did they did some Halloween ones. I think I've got one of them. But I'm not sure my account is linked to my Twitch account. I'm not sure my Clay account and my Twitch account are linked. But I might be able to see what it was. There was a Nouveau pan flute portrait. And also the Nouveau pan flute icon that they were doing on Halloween. Which apparently I could have if I linked up my things. You kind of like the idea that I'm forced to play Oni for skins. I mean, I've said before that they're not necessarily my thing. But I would much prefer that Clay found a way to monetize Oni if they are to continue supporting it going forward and don't want to make DLC. Because otherwise they're just going to stop supporting it. You know, these things need to be monetized in some way. And loads of people like them. Which, you know, seems good. Just because they're not for me doesn't mean that they're in any way, you know, not a good thing. And it'll be nice to be able to offer something a bit extra on the channel. Which was sort of my thing for wanting to do it, was that for me it's just sort of nice to be able to be like, hey viewers, here's a thing I can offer. So that was why I was excited to be part of it. I'd love to be able to buy extra music packs for Oni. That is the main thing I'm looking for. That's quite a good one. Some games definitely do some extra music with their DLC and stuff like that. I don't know, I can't think of any games that I know of that do extra music packs on their own. There are definitely some that have fan-made extra music packs. But yeah, it might be nice to have different music for Oni. I turned the music off again. I might have. Often when I play on my own, I turn the music off. Because I listen to other things at the same time. What am I looking for? Audio options. Yeah, I've turned the music right down again. But yeah, then that's just because I listen to either other Twitch streamers or YouTube or podcasts or something, often while I'm playing on my own, so that I don't tend to have the music on for things anymore. Apart from Stellaris. Stellaris is definitely the game where I still tend to put the music on all the time. I really like the soundtrack to Stellaris. More than any of the other Paradox soundtracks. Bless us with an Oni hip-hop album. Oh no. I think, like, Oni hip-hop has to be, like, the definition of cringe. Like, duplicants trying hip-hop. Pretty sure that is what cringe was invented to describe. How are you getting on with your research, Neo? There's only you, which is, like, a little bit difficult for you. To be fair. Oh, you're nearly there. We've only got the, what's it to do for this. It would be a lot like those automatone videos. Or maybe automaton. I don't know what they are. So I'm definitely willing to believe you. Ren has a skill point. I think we care that Ren has a skill point. I'm mostly listening progressive trance house while playing, and also there is many times some streamer on also multitasking. I find I think I need a mixer, to be honest. I mean, I sort of need a mixer anyway in some ways. It would be a useful stream addition. But yes, I think I'd need a proper mixer to be able to listen to the music and people doing other things. Because I often find that they conflict. A lot of the streamers and some of the YouTubers I watch, I don't want any of these, have music in the back of their videos or streams, and then like it's just a disaster area. If it's just a streamer that talks, I can have the game music on, but if it's also one who like plays music, then it starts to make my head go. What are we doing with you, Neo? Oh yeah, I was leaving off giving you anything. We want to get you to demolition, Nora. Let's give you a new construction hat. I really like the construction hat. I wish there were sort of more reasons to give out the construction hat, because I just really like the model of the construction hat with its little sellotaped pencil. I'm not watching those who has loud music on stream. I want to listen to my own music. I mean, I guess that's about what your priorities are there. Abe, I think we'll leave you. You're now in a position where we can give you suits later on, but we perhaps don't need to. How are we getting on over here? You're doing alright? You're getting there. We might also want you to build some of the infrastructure. Once you've done that, you don't have very much food left. It's worth noting. I mean, we could definitely dig you some more out if we went hunting. I generally don't watch streamers when I'm playing the same game as them. The sound overlap becomes too much. I mean, I think the worst one is watching people stream RimWorld while you're playing RimWorld. Hello, Buttergoat, welcome in. Because then you get the raid alarm and you're like, help, help, I'm being raided, and you're not. It's someone else. It's not your problem. It's definitely the one I've found most complicated in terms of sound overlap. I am not too bad at all. Goat, I hope you are having a good day. I wonder if we should let this out. I don't really want to. We've got another one on our home planet, actually. Over on our home asteroid, we've got this one. Who is also a little frozen friend that we might have to go and investigate at some point. How are we doing for food? We're doing fine for food, apparently. This is actually going up. Slowly, but it's going up. I mean, that's probably like the best rate of going up, to be honest. 8. Okay, we'll want to lift it up a little bit, but not too far. Death rest is super annoying. As soon as you death rest, you're guaranteed a raid, a man-eater, and a event. This is definitely true. Though I think some of that is confirmation bias, because actually death rest lasts a really long time. Like 4 days in RimWorld is quite a long time for someone to be out of commission. It's like the way that whenever you go caravanning, you're guaranteed to get hit by something. But I think the reasons are the same. It's just because actually that's quite a long time. All within the first day. Alright then. Oh, hang on, we're out of these again. RimWorld is a funny game. I like to watch it, but not play it. I've heard a few people say that, Dot. I mean, to be fair, there are quite a lot of games that I like to watch, but don't massively like to play. But yeah, one of the ones who I often hear say it is actually Sulphur Sal, which is really interesting because, like, one of her big games is Dwarf Fortress. And, I mean, otherwise she plays pretty much all the games in that sort of space. But just doesn't enjoy to play RimWorld very much, but quite likes to watch it. So, it's interesting. What have we discovered? Oh, this. What's this one? This is our hot polluted oxygen, is it? Yeah, you probably don't have to dig that out, to be honest, Neo. We don't really care. We're interested to know what it is, but otherwise, we're pretty relaxed. How are you doing? You still have some calories? I guess you're on your way to eat some. And that is why the calories have just gone down. It's interesting that they go down as soon as he targets them. Oh no, it's because you picked up a grub fruit. I see. What was I looking for? Right, we were thinking that we'd need to actually build the... What's it? So this is the output. Do we have igneous here? What are these rock types? We should have some igneous here, yes. Right, plumbing, igneous. Time to build the what's it. It is time to build the what's it. Definitely time to build the what's it. I mean, well, we've got 2 cycles worth of calories left. Now, there is a slight problem with the what's it, which is that I don't have any refined metal over here to make the pipes, which I would like. I think we're going to cancel that one. So these are in 4s. So that's... Oh, that's 500. So that's 200, 400, 600, 800 by 2. So 1 kilo 600 is how much I would like to send over here. I wonder if we've got that much aluminium over here. I think we have 65 kilos, which is not going to count us for very much. Yeah. Alright. So, I would like you to make... yes. 1.6 kilo... 1.6 tons of aluminium. How cold is this currently? Yeah, like, this is nice and cold again now. So we don't mind adding a bit more heat to it. On the other hand, desk rest is super useful for overcoming addictions. I hadn't thought about that. I mean, it's definitely easier on your colonists than chopping their legs off. I tend to take the banishment hit, though, if I get anyone with, like, chemical interest or fascination. So I don't have to deal with addictions too much. Because I'm just like, no, nope, nope, off you go. I don't care if my other colonists will be grumpy about it. I ain't having nobody who really likes the drugs. Mostly because I like to sell them. So there's always loads of drugs in my colonies. Hello, Kaylee. Welcome in. I hope you are having a good day. Right then, we are going to want to actually add some power to this. How much power are we running on this line? Like, pretty much 0. So let's power this off it. That will be fine. Why are you doing the thing? Oh, like, we can't send it to the other side. Can't send it to the other side because we've never turned this one on. And fake Neo here cannot turn it on. Only real Neo could turn it on. So I'll have to send real Neo over. But real Neo is busy doing, like, actual science. Now, slightly aggravatingly, I'm going to have to sort of do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. And then you're going to come back again. Oops. And get sent back. So then the only thing we're missing here is this bit here, where it cools this side. Oh, I was going to put some... Your evil plan has come to fruition. Is this your plan to deal with addictions, or is this some other form of evil plan that you've got going on? We wanted... I know what else we wanted with this. Is we wanted to additionally do... Because we wanted to hold it on the thermonullifiers for long enough. So we want a liquid pipe thermosensor that's sort of here. I can't build it in either of those places. We could, nope, I just want to delete that, thank you. You mixing up Neo and Neo. I mean, I'm not really mixing them up, it's just that they're both required to do stuff here. I mean, why is that the bit of pipe you've chosen as the most important one to build? Who can possibly say? Right. So what we were going to do is we were going to add a thermosensor, which we'll have to add just there, which controls a shutoff, which we'll probably add just above. Which means we want to cancel some pipes here, like these two. And this is going to actually go like that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to hold the water here until it's reached a certain temperature, and then we're going to hold it up here. Again, we're going to do a similar thing here where this will be a thermosensor, and then we'll build in a shutoff. These need power, right? Yeah, they do. That's a bit annoying. It's a bit annoying that they need power, but what are you going to do? I don't think there's necessarily a better way of doing it. They don't need very much power, to be fair. Thank you very much for the follow, Rainbow Cat. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Let's cancel the pipe in there. Lovely. Because then we can do this. Excellent. And that'll be how we control keeping it on the anti-entropy thermonullifier until it is of a reasonable what's it. Real Neo knows Kung Fu. I mean, should we check? I mean, real Neo is going to be getting very strong from having to use this all the time. You know, they won't be only about the brain. Now we're doing. Where are we with our research? Cool, we've done this one. We are... And we've done oxygen masks. Excellent. So we're back up here learning about glass. That's good. We can make some slightly better power then, which will also be worthwhile. But it also means we could make them. I mean, we'd probably make them out of aluminum. We can make them. How many would we want? Let's say 4. I mean, they're not the end of the world in any sense, so not hugely resource intensive. Also, we can repair them for free, which is nice. Oxygen mask docks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there's no real reason why it couldn't be there. And a checkpoint. Lovely. And then we can try and allow them to breathe, actually, in space. It's quite a lot of spam, Gingy. Like, seems a deliberate thing, so. But hello, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Let's deliver some suits to these. And we need to work out the oxygen. We need to actually take them some oxygen, or they're not going to be very useful. What is going to be the way we're going to do this? I think we're just going to... Is it going to matter that I demolish that? I don't think it is going to matter that I demolish that, so I think that's fine. Up we come. Bye, Gingy. Thank you for the follow. How are the infinite storages doing? They seem to be doing fine. We got this one working. It's got a little bit of brine and salt water, so that we could hold both of these to be able to be filled. We have quite a lot of water in there. And these are doing fine. There isn't loads and loads of gas in either of them, to be fair. But I mean, it is gas that we haven't pumped into space, which has to be an improvement, I would say. None of these need any power, do they? No, those ones don't use power. It's one of the advantages, I would say, of the thing. Operating, suit wearing, and researching. Buff, iron gut, uncultured, unpracticed artist. I mean... Alright then, Marie. I mean, that's quite a bit of flexing you're doing there, I have to say. But I was saying that probably for the 8th dupe, we would want another operator, and Marie is indeed hype. So we will definitely take Marie. Welcome in, Marie. You can be our 8th duplicant. We are gonna... I guess we're gonna give you advanced researching to begin with, actually. Because that is... No, actually, I'm gonna give you tinkering as your first up. The next one we're gonna give you is researching. But that allows me to keep you in a tinkering hat. Alright, let's do you some priorities. You are gonna be one of these. So you do less of that, thank you. I have to check on how much food Neo has got left on the other planet. And you could do with a schedule. Because the duplicants are surprisingly keen on being allowed to go to sleep and eat and stuff like that. Outrageous behaviour. There you go, Marie. But yeah, Marie is pretty good. Also, we'll get a massive morale bonus all the time, which is pretty worthwhile. How are we getting on? We would like to deliver a suit to that one, and also this one. when you've got a minute. Super. Finish this. How hot did we make this? Not too hot. Excellent. There's no point sending this over yet because the other side is not open. We could send Neo. I think probably we want to send other Neo back for a little bit though. Because we don't have much food. Right. Other Neo. You don't have any igneous rock to finish building this. Are you kidding me? Apparently not. Alright then, well there's no food here anyway, so let's bring you home for a bit. And we'll come back to this at a later date. And since as discussed, it was mostly for entertainment value rather than any actual, like sense. Hello Neo, welcome back. Just like regular people getting home. First thing they do is go to the bathroom. Clearance. Vacancy only. Indeed. Why isn't it doing any... I thought it lit up. Right, we need to set this to... repair the worn one forever? And then we could theoretically do some building. But I'm not sure we've necessarily got anything that we want building yet. Neo, where have you got to with this research? No, well, we can build a rocket platform already. And these bits. Let's consider that. What is this all up here? I mean, these things are going to melt. That's the problem. I don't really have any particularly good not melty rock. I suppose it's probably not going to melt yet. But we don't actually have any rock here that will... we have a little bit of obsidian, do we? Not very much, I don't think. So we'd have trouble if we were going to build like the biggest power rockets, but we're probably not going to do that immediately, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Right, if I had my rocket platform there, what is my depth? Probably fine. We could clear this one to make sure we've got plenty of space. Hey look! Got oxygen masks. Isn't that exciting? Where are you off? Oh, I see where you're off. That's fine. Okay, so we need to come kind of across here. Let's go one further over and build a rocket platform. Oh, I have to build it of refined metal? I feel I'd probably be better off turning some of that iron into steel. And just building it of steel, to be honest. I think we might do that. Right, can we make one more steel? Just one. And I'll have enough for a rocket platform. I think I can make the rest of ores, maybe. That I don't, in fact, have to have, what's it? Refined metal for the rest of rockets, but I don't really know. Mostly because I don't like rockets. I don't like to build them. So I haven't bothered to remember how to build them. Which is, you know, entirely my own lookout. My tea is very cold. It's too cold to leave your tea out, apparently, these days. Last night, literally all it did was absolutely batter down with rain. And I think I've talked about it before, where I have windows that are metal framed. Amelia, what the hell are you doing? Maybe go back where there's oxygen. See, look, isn't that better? And so it creates an absolute racket as it, like, beats on the, I think we might have to make them a, See, look, they're... Okay, so you remember how we've talked about how they might be hanging out at the checkpoints because it's the nearest safe area? I think the fact that they were standing there for no reason shows that that is not the reason that behaviour exists, because this isn't a safe area. So I think we just still don't know why they exist. We'll have to make a rec room so we can stop them doing that, though. Because that's not ideal. Where would we build one? Maybe in here? Could build one in here. What would we put in our rec room? I mean, I could put a party line. I suppose I could probably even power the party line, could I? 120? I mean, theoretically. Mostly I just want them to get out of the way. Not do things like stand around in space exposure. Can we dig this out, please? How are you doing up there, Marie? How bad is the radiation? Slight hazard? We might get a bit of radiation poisoning. To be fair, though, I'm usually so slow at, like, bothering to put the next bit of a rocket up that they probably will have big breaks in between the times they need to be up there. Oh, I think we need some refined carbon for the nose as well, do we? New rocket. Basic nose cone. We do. Really? Have to build all this stuff out of actual metal. How disappointing. I don't have to build the module out of actual metal. That's pleasing. Alright then, we'll try and make some more, Hello, Annabelle. Welcome in. Everything's way more exciting when it happens in space, even just standing around. I mean, maybe that is true. If by exciting you mean potentially life-threatening. Annabelle, you'll be happy to know that I'm making them a recreation room. Yeah, there should be drops next time we play Don't Starve, Annabelle. So, that should be good. Well, I mean, it's dependent on whether there are drops. But it might also encourage me to play Don't Starve at times when there are drops. Thank you. Because, you know, then I can give you all free drops. Which seems alright. Nobody ever says no to free stuff, I find. They are on board with it. Right. What do I need for a rec room again? Not that it ever works. Decor item, 1 recreational building. You don't really need anything, do you? I could just put a water cooler in. Oh, thank you so much for the bits, Annabelle. That is very kind. Thank you for your support. I think you might well have been in the channel when Longshot was saying that they were going to recommend me. And I did the email after that, but I didn't hear for it's been a couple of months. But obviously just a delay in communication rather than anything problematic. And they got back to me yesterday to say, sure, that sounds alright. So that was nice. You were. I thought you were around. We don't really need that anymore. So the next question is, am I actually going to let them use the party phone? Which, possibly not. Frankly. Maybe when we have solar panels. When you've done all the work to get solar panels, then we can do the party phone. Hang on. We need to get Neo to do some more of this. I mean, to be fair, we could probably pretty much put this on infinite now. Because Neo will probably prioritize the, doing the actual science. Thank you for the rec room. I haven't finished it yet, it needs some decor. Which means that we won't have to worry about filling it up too much. And because Neo's the only one who's allowed in here, that might be alright. What are we going to do in terms of decor item for this rec room? I think it might have to be plant pots. Maybe we'll do some hanging pots, just for some variation. I think I know about hanging pots. There we go. We do, in fact, know about hanging pots. I mean, you don't need to. You can literally put up one piece of crown moulding, and they'll believe it's a decor room. They'll believe it's a recreation room. So, you know, that's always nice. I might actually do crown moulding. I quite like crown moulding. I mean, not in real life. I quite like it in the game. Not a big fan of cornicing in real life. Doesn't really fit with my aesthetic. So this should already be a rec room. Yeah, you see. And hopefully we can convince the dupes to actually hang out in here. What's the temperature like up here? Not too bad at all. Do you like a briar seed? A briar seed might be a bit iffy. Let's use Mirth Leaf. It'll definitely survive and be happy enough. I can still see them idling in plenty of places that aren't the rec room. Maybe you have to give them enough. Maybe you do have to turn on your recreation to make them actually idle in it. Which, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Oh no, Marie's gone to hang out there anyway. What's up with you, plant? There you go. Why are you sleeping, Marie? Why don't you have a bed? Oh, because I have 9 duplicants. Right, well, that'll be why. That will be why. It'll do for the union meetings. Maybe we should start to build them a proper base. I don't know how I feel about that. But maybe we should. There we go. Let's just put a door back there, and then this can count as a bedroom. And Marie can have a actual bed. I like the fact that I put them on a schedule and then still forgot to ensure that they had a bed. What were we doing? Lovely. We're building a basic nose cone. Thank you for the follow, Ronitos. Welcome in. I hope you are having a lovely day. Hacky, hello to you. I hope you are having a good day. What is that you're holding there? I don't want to make that out of iron. That wasn't why I made steel. Ugh, nonsense. Right, there we go. Printables, let's go and have a look. Who have we got this time? certainly nobody as good as Marie. No, I don't think I want any of these. I think we'll take some clean water. Neo can use it for science anyway. So that should be good. Are you... Hang on, this is what I wanted to look at. Don't actually appear to be creating that much heat here. Some of this metal is coming out reasonably warm. But otherwise, alright. I mean, we should harvest these if they grow. Not sure what we can do about them. I guess they can just eat the lettuce in the short term. Is that the next bit that's going to go there? Ah, whatever. Whatever. Union meetings. There is a continual drive to allow the dupes to unionize. Not really on board with it. Now, I think if we were going to make a proper base for them, one of the things I noted is that we kind of need to move this massive thing of salt water. Where could we pour this? I wonder if we could just pour it all down here. What do you think? What if... Can we just deconstruct this? No, we can't. We have to actually go in through the top. I'm sort of tempted to just pour all of this down here. I mean, we could also try and bring it all over here and drop the salt water on the magma. I don't think we can really have a big enough ocean here, though, to make that work in the impressive way that it sometimes does. Proper protective clothing for all duplicants sent to space? I mean, I've literally already done that, Annabelle. Outrageous behaviour. You have? Oxygen masks. Look. I've actually already given them oxygen masks. And I can't give them anything better because, like, we don't know about the existence of reed fibre. So there's nothing I can do about that. And we can't build any of the other bits that I might want on this. Are we going to use the Trailblazer? To which the answer is... probably? Maybe a rover? Rovers might be good, actually, for this. Because we cannot... because we don't have suits. So rovers might be the perfect opportunity to... like, be able to have a look at the planets. You can suggest something, Chthonic One. Wouldn't you want an engine? I will want an engine, yes, but I don't actually know about how to build the engine that I would want. Yet. See, we don't know nothing about engines. So, we should be able to build one engine, shouldn't we? Surely we know about an engine. Oh no, apparently you can learn all of this without actually learning about any engines. We are going to learn about an engine though, we're going to learn about the steam engine. So there is going to be an engine on the horizon. Oh, I'd thought of something else then, and now I've forgotten it again. What was the thing I thought about? Oh, rovers! That's what I was thinking about. Where do rovers live? Oh, I can look here, can't I? Rockets? Colony development. mean, I have questions. Rover. Oh, artificial friends. Alright, so we'll need to do that as well. Damn it, I didn't want to do that. Hang on. So I have found where the rover module is, but that isn't actually what I want to do. I want to do that, and then this. And then this, and then rovers. Excellent. Yours lives in the dining room. Fight for the introduction of a statutory retirement age. I mean... the dupes don't age. See, look at this recreation room I built for you. I don't think I can actually put this on the wire though, because and I don't think we can burn the wire out, can we? Yeah, we can. We can just overload this wire because I haven't got a transformer on it. How about this one? I could put another wheel on this, and we could run it on this. Or this? There you go. That's where we can run it from. Alright then, duplicants. I'm going to power your party line phone. Just because you are always endlessly excited about a party line phone. Excellent. We've got rid of this door. Can we now deconstruct it? Shall we wake the frozen friend? How do we feel about this, chat? Should we wake the frozen friend? I'd really like to be able to get in there without this salt water all spilling out everywhere, but I don't think I can. Well, we could come in from further up, to be fair. We could dig this one out, and that one out, and sort of come in over here. I mean, the dupes might find themselves getting slightly drowned, but you know, I mean, that's not going to be a first for them. The more the merrier. I don't know if I entirely agree with that, but maybe. Oh, there we go, look. Already all on the phone. There you go. So we don't cover up their animation of being on the phone. The possibility of being on the phone does seem to be attracting them. Which, of course it is. So, the first thing we need to do is to go up with a telescope. Because we haven't even seen another planet yet that isn't the two we know about. So we're going to have to take a telescope up so that we can survey for the other planets. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to build in there. In real life, not in the slightest. Not a big fan of parties. How are we getting on here? We are... what are we waiting for? I don't know what we're waiting for. Is it for Neo to get off the phone? No, Neo doesn't appear to be on the phone. What are you doing, Neo? And why isn't it either using this or doing that? Did I just see you put meal lice in here? That can't be... oh no, seeds, of course. Neo. We'll check that out in a second. So... I mean, you should definitely be doing operating ahead of that, and this is an operating task. What's on your list? This is supplying. Oh, I guess it's the numbers, isn't it? The fridge is a 6. Hello, unknown player. Welcome in. A telescope from the home planet could probably see other planets. It goes out to there, right? So if this is a planet, we could see other planets. Goes out 3, doesn't it? Chthonic one. If you build the big telescope, because I think if you only build the small telescope, it only goes out to here. We'd have to build the enclosed telescope. I don't know if I've researched the enclosed telescope yet. Thank you for the follow, unknown player. I think. I wish it said somewhere. Oh, there was a ceiling collapse. Did we trap any duplicants? No, it doesn't look like they all appear to be fine. In an exciting turn up for the books, I don't seem to have accidentally trapped any of them. Too much noise, too many people, lots of small talk. Much before going out for drinks with a friend or two, or just to have a cozy evening at home by myself. I mean, that's sort of fair. I'm not the biggest party person either. I do much better in a sort of more one-on-one environment with the socializing. What was I thinking about telescopes? Oh, I wanted to know whether I'd actually learnt about the big telescope. We still haven't learnt about the big telescope. Enclosed telescope. Oh, but we certainly could learn about the big telescope. There we go. We'll get that going again. So, what were we doing? That confuses me, to be honest. Alright, let's finish this. And then we'll do telescopes. Then we'll do rovers. No. Oh, nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? Yeah, cool. I mean, we've got plenty of oxygen to put on it. We don't have plenty of, power, but we do have plenty of oxygen. So we can build a bunch of, speaking of power, we can build a bunch of solar panels, like along here. Once we research the tech. I mean, we can't build them yet because we don't know how to, we don't know what glass is, and we don't know how to build them. So, I mean, that's a couple of different problems. What have we done now? No, we've revealed 80% of the map. I mean, the map's pretty titchy, so that'll be why. Is that a mod to queue up that much research? It is, that damn cat. I believe it is called Research Queue. Let me have a quick check. Can find out very quickly for you. Well, I say very quickly. I can find out reasonably quickly. Research Queue by Stephen with a PH. Yeah, it works pretty well. Is kind of what you would want. Are we going to be generating any heat? I mean, we might want to do them just from there, just so we don't run into any problems of them being in places where there can be heat. Can I dig those out? I'd like to see whether there's backing. You're welcome. How much oxygen do we have now in our infinite storage? Not really that much. Like, coming up to 5 kilos a tile? I mean, it's not loads. Not 5 kilos, 5 tons a tile. Yeah, coming up to 5 tons a tile. The hydrogen's a lot less. Look, it's still only like 244. I always forget to keep research rolling. I often do as well. And then I'm like, why aren't I doing anything? The thing that you need to note, that damn cat, with the research queue is that if, for instance, you queue up multiple technologies, they will not, say you run out of uranium and you can't do the end of the applied sciences, they will not move on and do the other bits that they could do. So you do have to keep an eye on it for that. If one of your researches stops on your initial research that's first in the queue, they won't carry on. And that's sort of the only downside with it. But I mean, that's how the game works as well. You'd have to switch it manually to be able to do the different sorts of research on different whatsits. What are the whatsits? Research objectives, I guess, if you like. But yeah, I mean, as I say, it's not really a big problem because it's kind of how the game works anyway, but it is something to note because it means you can just sort of be standing there and they're not doing anything and you don't really know why. But yeah, it's usually because you've run out of resources for one bit of the research. It can also be a problem if you are trying to do like the early bits of a research that requires a research type that you're not doing yet. That's another way that you can stall out with it. That's certainly one of the ways that I sometimes stall out with it, because I decided I wanted to do like the first 3 bits of something that also requires whatever the final one is called with the planetarium, but I hadn't actually built the planetarium yet. So then they just stopped and I'm like, why aren't you doing anything else? Hello KJ, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely day. I mean, I sort of want to just dig in here and let out the friend immediately, just because coming to the colony and waking up from your cryo tank to find that you're covered in salt water and you have to run for your life, just sort of feels like the appropriate entry. Maybe that's just me. Are these doors actually, are these doors permeable? Oh, we'll find out. No, these ones aren't permeable. So they're different from these gravitas doors. The security doors actually aren't permeable. This is why we need the union. I mean, fair. Fair. Excellent. Well done, Neo. Yes, give yourself a clap. Good job. Actually, can we get all the seeds in here, please? What are you... Look! Well, now they're not even using the phone. I mean, I definitely don't think that I've ever seen them hanging around idle, not currently using the phone. Well, that is a new thing. Cooking and tidying, building, decorating. I mean, we will kind of need a decorator at some point, but probably not this one, to be honest. So we'll just take some curative tablets. We haven't really had any problems with food poisoning. Even when we fed people, whatever it was called, for a bit. Ohms, welcome in, 20 months. I'm being grumpy about the fact that I have to go to space. I hate building rockets, and now I have to do it, and so I'm a bit grumpy about the whole endeavour. I hope you are having a lovely day. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. 24 months, I think I've got a new shine bug for. I think 2 years there will be another shine bug upgrade. But space is so great. I mean, it's so weird, and I've talked about this loads, but it's so weird because I used to, unlike a lot of people, for very good reason, like that they didn't like it, I used to love space in vanilla. Even though it was really annoying and you had meteors and I had to, you had to build all the defences and all of that. I really enjoyed, and it was full of shovels. I really enjoyed doing all of that. But I just can't get into new space. For some reason. And I think the reason is I can't get into new rockets. I think actually this is the reason. That I just can't get on with them. I don't really know why. I find them a bit fiddly. I think that's one of my problems. That's it. Let me out of the... Hello, Emily. Welcome in. I hope you are well. Having a good day. Oh, look, there's another lettuce you can harvest if you want some lettuce to eat. Well, we should definitely go and have a look at the thing and get rid of the black stuff, because that's always really annoying. But I think, yes, otherwise I might... will we threaten the bees in any way? I mean, they seem to be maintaining their temperature pretty well down there, even though a lot of this is in fact open. I mean, maybe we don't want to pour this in there in case we temperature... threaten the bees. You don't like the new rockets. I'm shocked. Indeed, you've literally never heard me say that I don't like the new rockets. This is absolutely new information for everyone, I'm sure. But yes. It is probably the thing that makes me grumpy about space. The rocket capsule is just a floating box in space, not even a rocket engine on it, so yes, literally unplayable. It's because we haven't discovered any rocket engines yet, Romes. We don't know about propulsion. I don't really know how you would ever consider building a spaceship before you knew about an engine strong enough to take you into space. But apparently so. Yeah, so we haven't learnt about any engines. We don't know how we might ever get to space, just that maybe we would want to be there. Or any other modules. I mean, we know about nose cones. There are a couple of other things that we know about. Orbital cargo modules. Oh, I forgot that we had these. Trailblazers. Artifact transport modules. I mean, how we know there were artifacts in space, who knows? But yeah, we know about a couple of things, but not any sense of how we might propel ourselves into space. But something we can now do is build a telescope. And see if we can find somewhere that we might want to go. Because also, as far as we know, the only things in space are things that we can already visit. The rocketry is just a little ONI learning curve in itself. Once you get into it, it's fun. I mean, that is entirely possible. It's just one of the things. But when you build them, they still just don't exist in the rocket. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, the this is ONI physics that controls the rocket. Absolutely. I mean, that is... Emily, that is the case for pretty much all of ONI. This is just one of those things that, for whatever reason, I have struggled with. Right. Now, I think a thing that I might actually want to do is I might actually want to make this like a proper floor. I mean, we don't need to make all of it a proper floor. What if we were to just like floor that bit. And this can be a ladder. Right, oxygen. We have oxygen very nearby. The world's most bridged oxygen ever. Oh, nuts. Well, in fact, Rimworld. Not so much nuts that are the problem there, but in fact Rimworld. Right, we're going to put a bridge there. We're going to sever that. And then we can run this oxygen up here and into our new thing. I was also annoyed at the beginning and postponed space, and now I love optimizing my rocket design. I think that is one of the big disconnects between the games that I like to play and what the people who design those games believe that I am interested in. Because I actually don't care about optimizing very much. It's why people like Francis John, who makes designs that will just work on the whole, not optimized, but are designed to just, like, work all the time and be, like, replicable, sort of appeals to the way that I like to play the game. Because, yeah, optimization, not necessarily something that I'm super excited about. I just want to do the things. But I realise the fact that I like to play any number of games where optimization is king and don't necessarily like to optimize is probably a me problem more than it can be fairly said to be a problem with the games in any sense. You sort of need to build that one so you can go back up there. Well done, Dupes. Excellent work. Okay, we need to get you some power. Where are we going to get that power? Oxygen is easy. We have tons and tons of oxygen. Oh, what did we just learn about? I think that was artificial friends, was it? We can tell. Yes, now we know about rovers. As well. Here is another thing that we now know about. For no particularly explicable reason. We could just bridge that and bring this one all the way over. I mean, that seems kind of wasteful. Because we're gonna... Maybe we use it once we've got the solar panels up. We're gonna put solar panels across here in a minute. So maybe we just wait and use it when we've got the solar panels. Also, apparently nobody knows how to use it, so that is also a problem. I'm sure I could spec Neo into being able to be an astronomer. I mean, I'm not sure Neo would appreciate it, but that might be in the future. It's only here, actually. It's not as bad. Right then. You're learning about glass, right? Oh no, apparently you've learnt about glass. We know about glass. We don't know what we can do with it yet. Do we know anything that we can do with it? No. We have learnt literally nothing that we can do with glass, but we can now make it. Which, to be fair, we're going to start doing. How much power do you need? Oh my god, really? Okay. You can go over here. In our little place for things that require loads of power. Hello, Omiari. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. What have I just built that out of? Granite. I mean, I'd rather not, to be honest. Let's build it out of igneous instead. There you go, Dupes. Sorry, I realised I confused you all. Right then, lovely. Could also sweep up any of that chlorine-producing mank. That would be excellent. We'd be happy about it. That's not really what I wanted that to look like. Cheers. Just to say, not strictly what I was going for there. Can we also sweep up everything that is here? Because I don't want to drop the, what's it? Why am I using one of these? Oh, because I need it to run in there, that's why. Thank you for the follow, Leah Bliss. That is why I've built it with that. Do I do have some aluminum. We can do this. Right, we just need to remember not to ever be running this and the glass forge at the same time. I mean, obviously I won't remember to do that, but we can try. We can try. Do you want to sweep this stuff up as well? Let's move some of this rubbish. Speaking of sweeping, we could do with a, like, drop-off point for all the stuff. Automation? I mean, I could do. That seems like unnecessary amounts of work. By which I, of course, mean any at all. Right then, let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, let's make 8. Now, this might get a little bit hot, to be fair. Our crops are all the way down here, though, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think we need to plant some more crops. How are trees getting on? I'm moderately concerned that the pips are eating too many branches. How many are in here? We've lost 2 pips. Oh, there must have been old ones. You know you can type in there, right? I mean, possibly. Where am I typing? Also, any excuse to make any type of overbuilt automation is great. I mean, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. I'm a bit concerned that we might have too many pips. And they might therefore be eating our trees. I think maybe we'll wrangle a couple of pips out. Typing in the glass forge making amount. I do know that, yes. I'm just not doing it, is the answer. It is not that I don't know, it is that I just haven't done it. Partly I didn't do it on that occasion, because I was thinking about how much I wanted to make as I was doing it. There we go, let's move some of these pips out of here. We'll move some of them down here. We need to disable this while we're at it. I think we might need to turn that off for a second, because I think they won't necessarily deliver it to the higher priority one. You'd rather click 32 times. Absolutely. Because I would like to count. As discussed. Hello says, welcome in. I hope you are having a good day. How are we getting on with our making of glass? It will never not annoy me that you lose some glass. There we go. We'll make an extra one. Tidying, suit wearing, digging. Don't really need another digger right now. Not sure I really need another dupe right now, to be honest. Let's get some Joya seeds. If you drop it in a liquid, yes, you lose a few grams. I mean, I'm not dropping it in a liquid. I'm dropping it directly on the floor. But I'm still losing a few grams. Sucks to be me. Alright. Oh, did we go in here? We did. There is this. I don't know if I want to release that, frankly. But what I would quite like to do is I would like to release all of this over here. I wonder if we could sensibly make that happen. Possibly not without flooding everything, to be honest. Oh, that would be lovely. Always interested in new arbitrary planting methods. Excellent. Okay. Neo, have you taught us about whatever the thing that we wanted to make was? Solar panels. That was the thing. No, we still don't know about solar panels. We need Neo to learn more. Fill their brain with more knowledge. Frankly. 1 tree, 2 spaces, 1 tree, 2 spaces. So they've got plenty of room to grow their branches. This apparently is some optimization nonsense. I mean, it's not apparent. It is an optimization thing. But I'm not actually optimizing it properly. Yes, indeed. Hello, RVR. Welcome in. I hope you are having a good day. Alright then. Ooh. Oh no, I still don't know how to do demolishing. Would still like to learn how to do demolishing. When we can do demolishing, I'm going to want to demolish all of this stuff that is in my way. You're forcing them to grow on a certain pattern, but once the branches are cut, they start over and compete for the space. Not that you don't have plenty of space. Pips eat the trunk, not the branches. Oh, is that true, says? That is good information. Because I have to say that I believed they ate the branches. They don't eat the lumber. Oh, and the whole branches sort of count as lumber, do they? I can see how that would be a thing. Pips rummage through the branches for acorns. Indeed, this is why I was bothered by the idea that we would wind up with the pips eating off the branches and therefore being unable to rummage. But there we go. Now we know the answer. That is not in fact going to happen. Yes, so I wanted to move this because I was thinking we've got nine dupes now. We're definitely getting towards the bit where even if we can't build suits, that we might want to start thinking about stuff. Help me? A base. That's it. Box base. That is the thing. Now, $18, right? Yes. The problem with that is that it leads us all the way to there. Which isn't necessarily a huge problem, apart from when we need to create liquid locks to get out. Because we can certainly turn this into an insulated wall. If that's an insulated wall there, we can dig into a bunch of that stuff. Some of that stuff doesn't need to exist. RVR, that is very sweet, but you watched a video of Zebrapig. Zebrapig hosts this channel when they are not online, which is how come you've wound up here. I'm Max, this is the Max not binary. Zebrapig will next be live on Sunday evening at 11 PM GMT, that's UTC plus 0, it's like Eastern 6, I think. Might be Eastern 7 in the evening. But you're very welcome here. I'm Max, this is the Max Not Binary. We play a whole bunch of strategy and base building games. If you would like to see Zebrapig's reaction to the TikTok going viral and all of that jazz, you can check out her VODs either here on Twitch or on her YouTube channel, which has the same... what's the word? Name. That's the word. As her Twitch channel. So you should be able to find it there. There's no plus 0, it's GMT and nothing behind it. Did I say GMT plus 0 says? I meant UTC plus 0. I mean, I know it shouldn't have a plus 0, but nonetheless. It, considering I've been saying UTC plus 1 for a really long time, it makes it clearer that I actually mean exact UTC. I was mathematically speaking as it makes no sense. UTC times 1. That would be interesting. I find mathematical sense and conversational sense don't necessarily occupy the same space in any sense. But yeah, it'll be fine. People will work it out. Also, I should learn what Eastern is. I mean, I don't want to learn what it is this week, because it's different this week than it's going to be all the other weeks. So I definitely don't want to learn what Eastern is this time. Yes, that is it. I am on GMT, which is why my time zones are currently the universal time zones. But yeah, it'll be easier for me to remember when Eastern is again next week, when Eastern starts being this, like, not about to change again. Because the clocks change over there this week, I think. So that is going to put them on a different time again. Yeah, I think it goes to normal again, which I'm pretty sure for Eastern time is -5 for me. Was there a new Clay short? Hello, deep fried peanut butter. Welcome in. I hope you are. Just write your timestamp and put Z at the end. What is the short for? Is it for ONI? Or is it for, Don't Starve? I don't think they've made any shorts for any of their other games, or at least not ones that I've seen. What were we doing? I was sort of thinking about what we were doing. That's what's going on. We're partly waiting for Neo to do research so we can build solar panels, which we still don't quite know about yet. A 3D and partially live acted ad for their new puffed plush. It's adorable. I've seen the ad for their new puffed plush. To be fair. It runs into, like, my being a grump problem, where, like, I don't find farting especially funny. So, I have that problem with it. But the puft itself looks quite cute. The actions I could do without. I'm cycle 259. Got stuff going and mined quite a lot at the bottom of the map. Found only a few rubbish geysers. Got pissed off with them and decided to debug. There's no copper or gold. Are you playing this? Are you playing vanilla? Says. So you can't go to other worlds to get your metal. Because I would also be grumpy to play a vanilla map with no gold and no copper. Never pleasing. Alright. Come here, you lot. Something I would like you to do. Does this support anything? No. I'd like you to deconstruct all of this stuff. Oh, you're not going to be able to get down there now. That's not ideal. But, we can fix that. By putting that there. How big can this room be? I think it can be up to normal size, can't it? Yeah, it can be up... Oh, it can be up to 96? Huh. I didn't know rec rooms could be that big, I have to say. Vanilla. I was trying to get sustainability. Used a lot of hamster wheels. My research is a lot better than my operator in machinery from all that running. Yes, they're really doing skins like they said in the roadmap post. I believe so. I believe that is going to be a thing, certainly. Yeah, no, I too would be aggravated if I was playing in vanilla and there were none of those. My suggestion for super sustainable would probably be to consider just electrolyzing loads and loads of water. Like, just electrolyze all your water so you can use the hydrogen generators. The other thing I would do is make sure that you have a generator not connected to a battery so that any excess that you produce is just burned. Yeah, SPOMs are the way. There we go. We're literally coming to the same conclusion. But yes, this is probably one of the better ways to get to super sustainable. I mean, you can also do solar, but it's much more difficult in vanilla. I got 127 out of 240. It is super, super long to get there. I have to say. It's one of those achievements where you're a bit like, really? Really? Can we maybe get a move on with this? But yeah, I would definitely say that SPOMs are kind of your way forward with that stuff. Oh, have you made all the glass? How much glass have we got there? 800 and a bit kilos. Neo, have you learnt about solar yet? No, we still haven't learnt about solar yet. Come on, Neo, you can get there. What are you doing currently? Why isn't it science? There you go, you are about to be doing the science. If you have magma channel steam, it's great too. I mean, that's definitely true. I mean, you could also do aquatuners and stuff. And put steam turbines on top of them. Though you might struggle to get enough power. Natural gas generator. Maybe if you've got a natural gas one, just hook up a generator to each one and burn it off. Certainly, if you're not worried about waste, there are a bunch of ways to get it done a bit quicker. Oh, some iron. Also some pips. Interesting. Do we want some pips or do we want some iron? I think we want iron. We don't have very much iron. We can make more pips. We can't really magic more iron. Come on, branches. Do your thing. You can do it. I have faith in you. Just restart and enjoy the struggle. Fair enough. Oh, it says no natural gas. Oh, fair enough. Oh, yeah, it's kind of anything that produces hydrogen. I do want you to fail, says. It always feels like a clean energy in ONI, but I understand why it thinks it's not. Use ethanol. I mean, I do think that they should rename the petroleum generator, considering it doesn't only run off petroleum. I mean, maybe that's just me, but I just sort of think that if your generator doesn't only run off petroleum, it's not strictly a petroleum generator. The highest Kickstarter tier has a 3 Wolf Moon ONI themed parody t-shirt. I don't think I understand. I did, however, I was looking at the Don't Starve shop yesterday, and they have a crossover Terraria mug where they've got the Terraria bloke fighting Deerclops and Wilson being scared to death by the eye monster. And considering, like, our encounter with Deerclops and the eye monster, last time we played Don't Starve, I kind of really wanted the mug. I was briefly deeply excited by the mug. Get a spam a lot sooner? Yeah. It definitely helps. Definitely helps. And as I say, make sure that one of your generators isn't linked up to your battery. Like, make an extra generator that's not linked up to the battery, so it can just burn all the excess hydrogen. And that should help you get through a bit more. I think I'm going to get them to use this water for science for a bit. Not actually after the achievement, more of a test to see if I could resist and not build coal. I've become weirdly averse to ever building any coal generators. I mean, we don't actually have any coal on this map, so that's one of the reasons we haven't built them here. But we have coal over here. We could have done coal. Yeah, I've just become weirdly unwilling to bother. I don't know why, and what has changed in the way I feel about these things. But something. How you doing, Neo? I know. Does this increase their strength? I bet it doesn't, because it's an operating. Like, it definitely seems like some of the operating things should increase their strength. Because of the animations. So like this one, punching the rock crusher, All of these feel like they should increase their duplicant's strength when they do them. Maybe that's just me. I can't remember how far down I was going to put the base. Definitely at least this far down. I think I was going to go one more. I think I was going to go to there. Maybe. I do slightly forget though. I kind of just want to leave this hatch there forever though. But this is going to need to be a floor. So there is that. We're going to have to work that out at some point. I wonder if we dug this out, how much space we would have. We should fetch this friend out before I do the thing I'm thinking about, which is dropping all this salt water down here. Because otherwise the friend will never be able to get out. And that doesn't seem appropriate. Right, we're going to defrost the friend. Let's hope we don't get anything too terrible. In my current playthrough, I went for super sustainable and got it quite a while ago. But I'm still completely on the clean energy. It works perfectly fine. It does. It depends slightly how energy intensive your base is, but a lot of them you definitely can run from clean energy, especially since they're so much smaller that you don't have as much room to stick stuff in them everywhere. Hello, Steve. Let's have a look at you. You're motivated by a friend? I mean, literally you are the long lost friend. They get +6 morale for 10 cycles and minus 20% stress a cycle. That's quite a big bonus for the friend. What have you got? Piloting, science. Okay, and that's not great. Rocketry and researching, ancient knowledge, shabby dresser. Oh, you're fine. You are fine, Steve. Once you get that far and everything is set up, it's all you really need for a long time. That certainly can be true. Hello there, Steve. Right then, let's have a look at your skills. We need to make you a bed. Well, this might solve our not really wanting to send Neo down this path. Because they don't currently really have the morale for it. We can just send Steve down here instead. Also, they'd like to be a rocket pilot. So, yes. I think Steve might discover that they're going to space pretty soon. Yeah, no, we can't afford the morale for that. Or that. Or anything for you, really, Amelia. Why have you got such massive morale? Oh, because we haven't finished you. That's why. Look, but you can do demolition. Well done, Nora. Marie, let's give you the research so we can get you to learn quicker. Neo, as discussed. Annabelle, wrecked. Lovely. Come on then, Steve. Out of there. Oh, you're a bit slow. Nora's much faster than you are. But we have got the first teleport of call. I don't think we should have got that, because we didn't defrost a friend on another world. We defrosted a friend on our world. We haven't defrosted the friend on the other world. There's a problem there. I mean, Obviously, how much you believe that to be a problem, I'll leave to everyone's own interpretation. But strictly, we didn't do the thing. One, two, three. I see. I knew there was a thing there. 1, 2. Alright, we've got one there, which is actually kind of the same one. 2. So, you're cheating. Possibly? I'm not sure that's an entirely reasonable assessment of what went on there, but, sure. Shrug. Ohms is unbothered by this. Can we demolish this? Oh, look, we can. Excellent. I'd sort of like to build a tile in there, though. It's kind of like the problem some people have with their rover not shutting off after the rover's battery is empty. I've heard about those ones. Imagine waking up from a long cryo sleep and immediately being criticised for walking too slow. I mean, you know, you just have to keep up. We're not a colony of layabouts, you know. I don't know how you can get major eye irritation when you're underwater. What exactly is aggravating your eyes? Oh, it is irritating gas or liquid. Fair enough. I thought it was only gas, Nematrek. That was why I was confused by it. Hey, hang on. Oh no, Rect is going to be fine. I was worried we'd trapped Rect behind it. An infinite storage made of the inertia waterfall for polluted water to take it out of the way. And was looking at the storage and misread from like 15k. Looked like 1500 per tile. Opened it, flooded a good chunk of my map. Magma sustains eye irritation. Well, I mean, I suppose there's some I can see why that might be the case. Oh, I tell you something that we would like to achieve. This bin that we put all sorts of random stuff in. Let us also put any data banks we might happen to find in it. So we can get someone to collect this and things like that. Dig that out, but do not uproot the thing. Irritation. I certainly wouldn't be pleased. Whether irritation is entirely the right word, I mean, you know, you can question that, but certainly I wouldn't be thrilled. There wouldn't be much of anything at that point. That is also entirely reasonable. I kind of want to get them to maybe dig that up so we could brick that in. I mean, it's completely unnecessary. Just this hole kind of annoys me. Oh god, deep fried peanut butter. I actually quite enjoyed that one. That one was quite good. Neo, how are you doing with this learning about the, what's it? Still haven't learnt about the what's it? What is it that you're doing that is not learning about the what's it, Neo? Why are you supplying? Oh, because this has a really high, rating. Yeah, whatever. Okay, it's fine. I think we might put this up to a 6, though. We might put these two up to a 6. I don't mind Neo doing the data banks, because they're going to need them in future anyway. But I think I'm not necessarily excited for Neo to be doing things like filling the fridges. What is the mass of a dupe? 30 kilos. They're really light. Aren't they supposed to be 2 meters tall? And they only weigh 30 kilos. No wonder they don't drop any meat. There's nothing of them. For some reason I was expecting it to be a weirdly huge number. Is that because they can carry literal tons of stuff around with them? I mean, we'll need to figure out the volume too. Because they sink in every liquid. That is sort of noticeable, yes. Yeah, I definitely have questions. If we're going by the theory that dupes are tiny, like ants, I mean, isn't there the thing that if you quantify it by the amount of space that water takes up, that they should be, in fact, maybe just under, but essentially 2 meters high. Maybe 1.5 meters. I mean, they're made out of genetic ooze. It says somewhere. There you go. Primary element, genetic ooze, it says literally at the top. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can definitely ask what genetic ooze might be. That is probably a fair question. And not necessarily one the game has answered for us. Oh, I still love that quality of life improvement. That's so nice. It says when you click it, does it say what genetic ooze is? It's a solid. Water, carbon, and dozens of trace element. Okay, that's fine. Duplicants are printed from pure ooze. I want to know what pure ooze is. I assume they don't actually mean anything different. My favourite property of dupe, melting point of 10,000 Kelvin. Hardness equals soft. Ooh, an arbor acorn. That is definitely something we want. Please place it in here. At a 9. This is very important. Do not, in fact, place it in this one. Under any circumstances. Take it to the pips. Carrying capacity 680 kilos. I mean, that's individual, isn't it? Yeah, Annabelle has a carrying capacity of 1.6 ton. Which is, it's pretty good going. How about you, Neo? What is your carry capacity? 1.68 tons. Now I just want to look at everyone and see who has the highest carry capacity. There's got to be a better way to do it. Let's do it from their vitals. Can we do it from here? Yeah, we can. Oh, Abe. 1.72. Amelia has 1.8. Yeah, Amelia wins. Yeah, Amelia can apparently carry 1.8 tons, which is, you gotta say, it's pretty good going. Right. They can automatically haul around more than most people can bench press. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the dupes are definitely special. Most certainly not just cloned people. 60 times her body weight. Do we know how much ants can carry? In comparison to their body weight? The numbers on this game are so weird. I'd love to see some crackpot game theorists come up with lore explaining it all. It's like 6 to 10 or something. Alright, so quite a lot stronger than an ant then. That's what we're saying there. Well, that's why I was thinking. It is kind of like ant colony. They do scurry like ants. According to different estimates, ant can carry 10 to 50 times their body weight. Still beaten by Amelia. Alright. Now that we've finished that nonsense. How you doing, Steve? Oh, Steve, I haven't given you a priority or a bed or anything. Let's work some stuff out for you. What are you? You're going to be a researcher, aren't you? Yes. Are we going to get you to do anything else, especially? I mean, I guess you're going to be a rocket pilot. We might even give you a rocket pilot hat. I might just give you the other research hat, though. Which I also apparently haven't given you for some reason. What am I looking for? A schedule. We need to make a schedule for Steve here. Here you go, Steve. Schedule for you. So I check on your skills. Steve... we'll give you the astronomy hat. We're going to actually want you to do some astronomy fairly soon. Google is not helping. I'm getting between 10 and 5,000. Amelia wins. Ants can live up to 5,000. So if I get an ant really fat, I can write it around. If I did this quick math correctly, dupes are approximately 5,000 times more dense than real-life igneous rocks. I mean, that would certainly explain their pathing problems. Oh, we've trapped a poke shell. What are you up to? You're all gonna get attacked by that poke shell. Yep. Indeed. Absolutely dumb like a rock. I mean, we certainly knew that they were dumb as a box of rocks, so it's not necessarily news. Alright then. I was assuming dupes were about 2 centimeters by 3 in volume. Their mass being 30 kilos and an igneous rock being about 3 grams to centimeters to the power of 3 dense. Yeah, I think the dupes are bigger. I think the dupes are definitely bigger than that. Though it is obviously very difficult to tell, since, as we've pointed out, the numbers don't make any sense. So, like, if you compare them to one thing, they will come out so tall, and then if you compare them to some other things, they will come out a completely different height. Because the numbers don't make any sense. Do I want to put this rover module on? I don't know whether I want a rover or trailblazer. I might actually want both. That might actually be a good way to do it. To trailblaze and send the rover down. For one thing, we could then send enough steel for them to make a new rocket platform. Oh no, I think they're a couple of meters tall. Or possibly 1.5 meters, because they don't quite fill the two spaces. Maybe that's why the brains in the Dream Machine look this big, because they're regular size brains and the dupes are tiny. That might explain it. Did you plant that? Oh, you have. Very well done, Pips. They've planted the thing. So now we've got one more arbitrary coming along, which will give them one more to rummage in at some point and generate us more arbor acorns. I mean, the pips aren't as good as Paku in terms of, like, doing the thing that you want them to. Definitely Paku are the most, have some of the most predictable pathing in the game. But, yeah, so as long as you understand it, you can get the pips to kind of do what you want. Yeah, I think 1.7, 1.8, if you take it based off a tile of water, and then how tall they are in tiles. Because if we hold still, Abe, there you go. You can see that Abe is, yeah, definitely over half a tile there, but not a full tile. Just gonna measure them in storage bin height. I mean, these are pretty big storage bins, to be fair. Because that would make these bins 2-meter high bins. It's a pretty big bin. It would also mean that their toilets are 3 meters high. Like, who needs a 3-meter high toilet? Has it? I don't think it has ever been established. Certainly not officially established that one cell is 1 meter. My understanding is that because a cell of water is a ton, and if you had a ton of water in real life, that would be 1 meter by 1 meter, and that's like one of the few things that matches up with real life. That was what people used as a basis. They do hold 20 tons of stuff. It's a toilet with a stall included. I mean, that's true. I mean, I have actually been places where their toilets are like 3 meters tall, but it does always seem a little bit excessive, I have to say. But they're also very agile, because if you think about it, they can leap up to a platform that is taller than them and pull themselves up onto it. Hello, Nick. Welcome in. Yes, that I did say a couple of meters. Plus the flushing reservoir on top. Yes, 1 cubic meter of water is 1 ton, and that's where it comes from. Yeah, because the ability to drag yourself up to a ledge that is above your head, like that, probably about this much. It's pretty impressive. But then I suppose if you can carry 1.8 tons of stuff around with you, you can probably just jump on a ledge that's above your head. This is Oxygen Not Included, Nick. This is a base builder come strategy game. Colony sim sort of thing. Oh, sorry, the conversation's gone a bit off the rails as we discuss how tall the duplicants might be and how dense they would therefore be considering what they weigh. It's, as I say, gone slightly off the rails. But in general, entertaining. Where is Neo sleeping? That's why we're not learning about solar panels. Strategy. They jump high because of the adrenaline of being so close to a vacuum. McKen's, that is entirely possible. Strategy. I mean, there's sort of a strategy. I mean, I don't have a strategy. But, you know, it is sort of theoretically a strategy game in some senses. Just because it's not like a 4X or grand strategy game. Definitely think it's still a strategy game. There is resource management to be done. And, you know, stuff like that. Right, I would like you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'd be fine. Can you just dig this bit out? I might even get them to build this all the way up there. Why not? We can also dig that out. Dense as in grams per meter square cubed, not mentally, indeed. In the case of them only being within 2 meters tall, their density would be much less than that of water. But they do sink. I guess we might have to account for the fact that gravity on an asteroid isn't the same as gravity on Earth. That could certainly explain their height versus weight differential. Dupes should bob like corks in every liquid in the game. There is a mod. I don't know if it works for actual dupes or only for their corpses. But there is definitely a things float mod I have seen on the workshop. I've never used it. But there is definitely one there. It doesn't say 30 kilograms weight though. Oh, it says 30 kilograms mass. Fair. Then I don't know. Don't know how to explain it. But yeah, there is the things float mod. But I haven't tried it. Neo, how are you getting on? You don't appear to currently be... Nobody cares about water weed seeds. Now what are you up to? There's no way that should be higher than your... researching priority. It's not life support. It's not toggling. I've set this to a 6. I mean, the store meal might well be, because this is a 9. It's fair. But that task shouldn't have been. I've seen people use that one. Never seen the Dupes float though, just debris. But that's amazing. I know that their corpses float, Annabelle, because it shows that on the mod description. That if they die, they definitely float. But I don't know whether they would float before that. We could measure the acceleration of gravity, though I feel like that just hits constant speed very early on. And I'm thinking about having a molten core on these tiny asteroids cool enough to sustain life makes no sense. Isn't the research disabled? Nope. Pennywise would be pleased. Wow. That's a reference. It took me a minute to get there, but I remember. I don't think I want either of you, any of you. I also don't really want the Sweetles. There's many Sweetles on the other planet. We're not really going to do anything with them. Let's just reject them all. It's so weird not taking all the eggs. Abyssalite for the win. Indeed. I think the Abyssalite is... Oh yeah, there's just this bit. Maybe we should drop the ocean down here just because this could do with... I mean... Wow. You're not heating up that uranium very quickly, are you? Fair. But there is this bit that's sort of poking through. There's also this bit by the bees, but it seems fine. Because it's, it doesn't have any, actual access to them. Might be more of a problem if they eat this bit. But it still seems to be transferring heat very slowly down there. I guess the Abyssalite and Neutronium throws a wrench in things with the density of the asteroid. You would guess so, yeah. Also, from vanilla, we know that the asteroids are not, they're cylindrical. Not globes of any sort. Yeah. Also the limit to 2 directions. If the gravitational pull is really small, it should be easier to lift stuff up or jump. Oh, yes, absolutely. Especially since you can imagine that the dupes possibly are not designed in a way that is optimal for the conditions in which they are printed. Because they're not, essentially they're non-native. So they have not in any way evolved to live in low gravity. It might explain how the Sweetles can get away with their incredibly spindly legs. Because, like, those would be a problem. Anywhere with a decent gravitational pull. Dupes don't get a jump boost near the surface, literally unplayable. Alright, you lot. Actually don't do that. Because there's some waterweed over here that's growing perfectly merrily. Because it's still covered in water. So let's leave that there. For now. We'll also head over there so you can do that. Excellent. Okay. So the next question is how we get this out of here. And, I mean, that's probably going to be pumping. Because otherwise I think it's going to be a bit too difficult to ensure it flows in the direction that we want. We could maybe do some of it. Alright, let's have a think. If we were to dig in like here... We'd struggle to make it not flow out this side. And well, now we could seal that up, to be fair. What if we get them to seal this up? And then we can get them to dig in like here. And deconstruct these. I need to update my science education. Wouldn't it be really cool if you could just press a button and your education would just update? Oh, we're running out of food. Why are we running out of food, Dupes? Is it because I keep getting dupes and not giving you any more food? Also, we've never given Steve a bed. Steve, have a bed. Also a table. Right then. Also, let's build some more food, shall we? You're going to be a bit too tall to build in there. Let's check heats. I don't think we need these beds anymore. These medical beds. I managed to not scald all the dupes with the thing that we were concerned would scald the dupes. So I reckon we can just build a whole bunch down here. Floods are better than pumps. Absolutely. They're certainly quicker. Which is my main interest here. Copy. There we go. Just schedule a cron job to update all my mental thingies. Oh right, I see why that isn't working. I mean, I don't think that... Oh well, maybe. We'll leave it there, it's fine. Alright, and we will actually at some point have to dig into the, thing. Salt water geyser. I mean, I say we will have to. We would probably want to at some stage do that. Which is obviously not the same thing at all, but no. Deconstruct this. And we're going to dig out those. Just so we can get a bit more of the water to just make its own way. 100 of 10 would be great. Hello, Charmich. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. Alright, we also need to dig out those two. Good job, Dupes. See, then we're only going to have to pump out this little bit here. Because we can just get all the rest to fall into our new little ocean that we've made. I suppose we might at some point need to relocate the pug shells as well. Try and guess what cycle you're on? I mean, I would guess from the question that it's a high cycle, so have you got to like cycle 3000 and seen the extra law? I have to say that I've never got to cycle 3000 and seen the extra law. It's worth noting. Do. 2185? That is pretty good. Well, it's pretty late. I've definitely never gone to cycle 3000. I don't know if I've got to cycle 2000. I suspect I have. Maybe not in Spaced Out. Maybe only in Vanilla. But not for a long time. Neo. What are you doing? Oh, I see what you're doing. Sorry, Neo. Not your fault. Here you go. I see why you're doing that. Beaters? Ah. Don't work on too many beaters, or you might not get much further. Because they are pretty terrible for lag. Sunny is funny. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day.